Hello everyone, this is my week's reflection on the video and the readings. I found this week's readings and video very interesting, especially the dilemma that we got, because it requires a lot of thinking to get to the solution you think fits. One idea from the reading that really stuck with me is that moral rules aren't about what we want. They are not hypothetical, they are categorical. They bind us simply because we're rational beings living among other rational beings. Kant isn't asking what works best. He's asking, what rule could I will for everyone without contradiction? And that's what makes this medical dilemma so hard. So here's the situation. The patient will die without an experimental treatment. It will probably save them, but when they were fully competent, they repeatedly said they oppose experimental treatments under any circumstances, even if it cost them their life. Legally, we can act, but morally, it's complicated. If I apply Kant's universal law test, the first possible maxim might be, a person's stated principles can be overridden to preserve their life. But if I universalize this, I'm basically saying autonomy can be ignored whenever we think we know better. If that rule applied to everyone, would consent really mean anything? It feels like that undermines autonomy itself. The second maxim could be, a person's rational commitments must be honored even if it leads to death. That feels much harder emotionally, but it's consistent, and Kant cares deeply about consistency and intention, not outcomes. Then there's Kant's idea that we must never treat people as mere means. If I administer the treatment, am I respecting this person as an end in themselves, or am I using their body to achieve an outcome I believe is better? The reading emphasizes that when we manipulate someone's ability to choose, we disrespect their autonomy. This patient made a clear, rational commitment. Ignoring that feels like overriding their agency. So honestly, I think Kant would refuse the treatment. He would say that respecting rational autonomy is more important than preserving biological life. He doesn't allow exceptions based on good intentions. Once you make an exception, the rule stops being universal. Now personally, I struggle with this. Emotionally, I want to save them. It feels wrong to let someone die when I can intervene and save their life. But if I override their clearly stated principle, am I really respecting them? Is it really something they would have wanted? Or am I just doing it for myself because I'm uncomfortable with the outcome? I think if I'm honest, I might choose to administer the treatment because I value preserving life so strongly, but I would have to admit that I'm stepping outside Kant's framework and prioritizing consequences over consistency. And that tension is what makes this powerful. Kant forced us to ask, do we really believe autonomy matters even when it costs everything, or do we only believe in it when it's convenient? I don't think there's an easy answer, but I do think Kant makes us confront what we really, truly mean when we say we respect human dignity. Thank you.